everybody, welcome. Hi Yeladim, hi boys and girls. As promised, we are going to talk more about the holiday of Pesach, which is coming up. It's right around the corner. And if you remember, we read this book yesterday, Let My People Go. And this is a story that happened many, many years ago. So this is Moshe. And this is King. Do you remember his name? Begins with the letter P. King Paro. And King Paro was a very, very mean man and very bad to the Jewish people. The Jewish people, many, many years ago, were slaves for King Paro, the ruler of Egypt, the ruler of Mitzrayim. And the Jewish people had to work as slaves. That means work very, very, very hard, day and night, night and day, in Egypt, where it was very, very, very hot all the time. And the Jewish people sometimes didn't get food to eat. They didn't get water to drink. And they had to work all the time. And it was very, very sad for the Jewish people. Very, very sad. Today, I thought we could talk a little bit more about Moshe and how he saved the Jewish people. But let's go back in time to when Moshe was born. So I'm going to read you a book called A Baby in the Basket. That is the title of the book. And cannot read without my glasses. It was written by two people. They don't even give their first names. C and Z Blavis wrote this little book, and I love this little book because it talks about when Moshe was born. When Moshe was born, his name was not Moshe. So, King Paro was not a nice man. He was very, very mean. He said, the Jews must stay in Mitzrayim, and they must work very, very hard for me. This is what King Paro looked like. Kind of looked like this without the glasses. Jewish people must work very, very, very hard for me. They must be my slaves. They must do whatever I want them to do, without question. Okay. There was a Jewish lady, and her name was Yocheved. Yocheved was a Jewish slave. She was pregnant, and she gave birth to a little baby boy. I don't know if you can see, she's holding the baby boy on her lap. His mother, Yocheved, the little baby, ignored King Paro, and she wanted to do the right thing for her son, and she did not want him to grow up to be a slave like she was. So she had an idea. She took her little baby boy and she put him in a basket. She put him in a basket and she put him on the river. So I'm going to show you Baby Moshe. Here's our Baby Moshe. She put him in a basket and she put special tar, which is a black hard substance, on the basket so that the water would not leak in. So the basket was like a boat. He was in his own boat. And then she put a special pillow so he would be comfortable in the basket. And then she set him on the river. This is a little bit of levity for mommies and daddies. This is the pillow. So she put him in the basket and she put him on the river. Now we have a song for this, and I'd like to sing it to you. Baby Moshe, floating on the river. Baby Moshe, do not cry or shiver. You're the one Hashem will choose. You're the one to save the Jews. Baby Moshe, floating on the river. Baby Moshe, do not cry or shiver. She put a blanket on him so he would be warm. And she sent him in the river. He was floating on the river, and there was a princess. Her name was Princess Batya. Princess Batya was the daughter of King Paro. And she had left his beautiful palace one day, and she was bathing in the river, because back then that's what people did. They bathed in the river. When she was bathing in the river, she heard a cry. She heard, wah, 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 wah. It was the baby. He was crying. And she said, I hear a noise. Is that a baby crying? Who could that be? She stretched her arm out to retrieve the basket. This is Princess Batya. She stretched her arm out and she took the baby. She took the baby out of the river and she said, oh, look at this baby. Oh, he is so adorable. You know what? I think I want to take him back to the palace. And I want to take care of him. And I will feed him and bathe him and take care of him. And I think I will call him Moshe because he came out of the water. So, Princess Batya took Moshe back to the palace and gave him anything he could want because she was rich. She was King Paro's daughter and she lived in the palace. When Moshe grew up, and here's Moshe growing up, and there is a picture of a pyramid in the background. You can see. A pyramid is a special type of a building. What shape is the pyramid? What shape is this? Please tell me. I know you know. It's a triangle building. So Moshe grew up in the palace, knowing that he was Jewish, but it made him very sad because he knew the people were working so hard and he felt so bad for them. Now, the Egyptian people would hurt the Jewish people. Sometimes they would even whip them. Work, slave, work, 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 work. And like I said, they wouldn't give them food or water, and they were very cruel to the Jewish people. Moshe did not like this. Moshe challenged the people of Egypt. King Paro was very angry when he heard that Moshe had a fight with one of the people of Egypt who was actually hurting one of the Jewish slaves. And he said, stop it! Stop hurting that Jewish person! Stop it! And Moshe ran away. When Hashem wanted to take us out of Mitzrayim, that is when the story began, the story that I read you yesterday. Hashem asked Moshe to save the Jewish people. And that's exactly what he did. By going to King Paro and asking him over and over and over again to let the Jewish people go, and Hashem punishing the people of Egypt and King Paro over and over and over again. And then finally, yes, King Paro gave in, and Moshe led the Jewish people out of Egypt. So that's the story of when Moshe was first born. There are a lot more songs that we're going to learn and sing, but I think I want to save that for the next time because it's too much material. I want you to watch this video and think about Moshe when he was a baby and think about how he saved the Jewish people. When he saved the Jewish people, they were so happy. They said, we're free! We're free! And the Jewish people were very, very happy again. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye. Love you.